I will check the feed when it pops up.
I think we oh,
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Shalom. First and
Shalom.
foremost, before we begin, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
To
Ba'ashem
Yahweh,
Yahushai, Ba'ashem
Hashem
Rachaha
Rakatash.
Kodash. The honors go out to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who rule and teach well. Shalom, wa barakiam to you brothers and sisters out there. All right. This is just a Sabbath lesson that we were going to put up on wax, and the title, that I had here, which could end up going any which way, how the spirit be, but the topic is scary times ahead, because it's something that we were basically talking about in our camp chat. How the times that we're coming into, are something that we've never seen before, ever. Which, if you don't mind, I'm gonna actually go ahead and grab that first. Might as well go ahead and start with that. Daniel 12 and 1. So this is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. The heading says the time of the end, which a lot of people don't even understand what that means. Because people seem to think the end of the world means the earth. No, the end of the world is the end of Esau's reign, right? Which he's basically been ruling since the time of the Greek Empire, which you had a period of time where the beast was wounded, which was the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, 1,000-year period, and he came back in the time of the Renaissance. But outside of that, he's essentially been ruling since the time of the Greeks, and this man has proven himself to be nothing more than a crooked bastard. He can't do right. Right? Proverbs 29 and 2. If he was doing right and if he was actually conducting himself like how a man of the Lord does and ruling accordingly, then everybody would be happy. Nobody's happy. Everybody, even his own people, are fucked up, and he doesn't care. So it's time for this man to be taken out of his power seat, and Yahweh Shai is going to rightfully claim what is his. Sirach 10 and 4. He's the one that's profitable, Yahweh Shai. Okay? So Daniel, and in order to see this kingdom fall, like it says in the book of Revelations, Babylon is going to fall with great violence. It's not going to just get handed over. Esau is going to come down with great wrath, like it says in Revelation 12 and 12, because he has a short time. He has a short time because the Lord cut his ass short. Because if he continued to rule for 50, 100, 200 fucking years, like it says in Matthew 24, nobody would be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And we're seeing that. Every day, prophecies are kicking off. They're talking about in Japan, they have the potential to have a megaquake, which could cause a tsunami over 100 feet tall if it does happen. California fault line could fuck up. That shit's been in the talks for decades. They even made a movie about that with The Rock, a while ago. I think it was what was it called? Los Angeles. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
But that fault line could split. There's a lot of things that's getting ready to happen, a lot of judgments. And with that Japan thing too, they're saying if that does go the way that which they already warned the people of a possible mega quake that's going to cause that 100-foot tall tsunami. They said 200K people might die off the rip. So keep thinking it's a fucking game if you want, but it's not going to be a game when your 8-year-old son, his ribs are poking out, and you've been
Mm-hmm.
eating shoelaces for the past 2 weeks. It's not going to be funny then. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So Daniel 12 and 1, it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, which is the nation of Israel. Because Michael ain't helping no goddamn Edomite. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since it was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book of life. It's talking about the elect.
Mhm.
And that connects with Jeremiah 30:7. Right, talking about he will be saved out of it, which is talking about the elect. All the Israelites, the whole nation of Israel is ultimately going to receive salvation, but only the elect are going to actually be saved from the judgment to come. Point blank, period. That's what the scriptures say, which also shows that predestination is biblical. And this is not a choice-based thing. You don't just decide to get saved. And you can't say you're saved now because we're still here on earth, breathing, kicking. So we're not saved from shit as of yet. But the scriptures talk about how the elect are going to be preserved through these times. They're going to have to endure all of these tribulations. Start the main one being the hour of temptation, which is when the MOTB, the CHIP is made mandatory, which will come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, I got a few of them. Like you said, we might be all over the place a little bit, but still edifying. So you was talking about Esau, which I had that. So this is Second Ezra 6, and I make it quick and to the point. I got three of them connecting Esau, and basically it's related to the times that we in, because we know that this man, he don't hate blood. He like blood. He was given the sword, and in these last days with him having his last how they say hoorah, he's gonna be very vicious toward the Israelites and his own people, but mainly toward uh the nation of Israel. So this is Second Ezra 6:9 says, for Esau is the end of the world. It said, and that word world goes right back to an age, an eon, a time period, you know. So we're at the end of him ruling. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So now it's time for Jacob's time to rule, starting with Yahweh Shah. And like how bro was going into, Isaac, which is Yahweh Shah, gave him that blessing, the fatness of the earth. What's fatness? The best living places, the money, you know. But it's for a short time. It wasn't forever, you know. And it
And
says,
then Salakia,
yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
I'm not Salakia, I wasn't trying to cut you off.
You good?
It also mentioned how Isaac, like you said, Yahushai, he said that he was going to have the fatness of the earth by the sword.
Yeah.
Which, when you look throughout history, that's how we know who Esau. That's how we know that Esau ain't the fucking Arabs,
Yeah.
because they're not really known for nothing, man. I mean, now don't get me wrong. It says Ishmael is a wild man. That is confirmed. We see that he's crazy as shit over there in the so-called Middle East, which we
Mm-hmm.
know there's really no such thing as the Middle East. But because that was a made-up thing, that Elder Malcolm goes into that all the time. All right, but Esau, he lives by the sword. One of his top dudes, Cristobal Colon, he said that basically it was like the sword was stuck in his hand and he couldn't stop swinging it. That's a demon, man. Jake don't go out there looking for problems.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the history of Israel, majority of our wars and our battles were defensive. People trying to attack our borders. Because when it comes down to it, Jake is ready for warfare if need be, but Jake really doesn't want to go that route. We just want to have a family. We want to have cattle. We want to have land. We want to chill. We want to hang out. We want to enjoy the earth. That was the whole point. Because this, like Ezra said, the prophet Ezra, all of this was created for us. War is something that happens, especially because the heathens just want to get big headed and try to attack, especially the Philistines at that point in time with King David. So yeah, we're gonna battle, we're gonna clash, we're gonna fuck you up. But Esau is the one that always wants to shed blood, like it said in Habakkuk. And we're especially about to see, and that's what makes these times especially so scary, is because ultimately it's the judgment of Yahweh Bashmal Shai, because we know that the wicked is the Lord's sword. But Esau is going to show that he's not that man in that suit that you thought he was, which we know that, but a lot of our people don't know that. A lot of our people think he's just a stand-up guy. He's generous. Yeah, he gave me a job. Well, yeah, he gave you slavery. That's what he gave you. He didn't give you a job.
Damn.
He gave you slavery. He gave you pennies to the fucking dollar. That's what he gave you. You're getting played like a fiddle, and you don't know that. But he's gonna show his true colors real soon here. But
Mm-hmm.
go, Sparky, go ahead, brother.
No, you good. And so it says that Esau is the end of the world. And then I'm gonna get the second Ezra 9:5. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." So the end of Esau, Edom, and the heathen is manifest. And so we come into a time like no other. You know, this is the last time that the heathen's going to be able to put their hands on the Israelites. You know, and that's true. Is this will be the last time that that will happen. It won't happen anymore. You know, us being put down and being put in captivity. You know, but it's going to be a very, very bad time. And then I got this Ezekiel 36:5. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And who is that talking about? The Edomites. So eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and double is going to happen unto them. This bloodshed that they're going to shed, let them do it, because remember, we won. That's what the story. That's what the game. How to say? That's what the game. What they call it? The game book. I forgot what the playbook. That's what the playbook states. You know, we're gonna win. We got the victory. You know, so let him do what he do, because he's gonna pay for it anyway. And then this is escaping my mind. Let me get this, because you read that Daniel was I think it's Isaiah 59. I think it's 59 that I want. Isaiah 59, and I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get 15, which it's another chapter that I was looking for something. But I'm gonna get this, because we have departed from evil, and we make ourselves to pray, because we're telling our first. We good now? We good?
Oh yeah, you froze, but you're back now.
All right. So yeah, so I'm reading this Isaiah 59 and uh 15. It says, "Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil making himself a prey, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment." So we make ourselves pray, you know. And Esau is that cunning hunter. He's gonna come after us, but the Lord's gonna make a way for us to escape, and that's what I really wanted. How's it? Damn, how's it? I forgot how it's quoted. Damn, that done made me mad. Uh, it's at Isaiah though. Isaiah 50. I think it's Isaiah 57, because he's gonna set up how's it go? Set up a standard. Yeah, lift up a standard. That's what I want.
Yeah,
So I
what
think
you
it's
talking
Isaiah
about when the enemy shall
57.
come in like a flood?
Yep, yep. Uh, I can't find it right now.
I can get it for you.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Yeah, we have departed from evil, so we make it
I got it.
ourselves a prey, but that's okay. And you Jakes out there that don't want to get right, you still a prey. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you coincide with Esau, Edom, the heathens, because guess what? At the end of the day, they don't heard this word, and really they know that we the Israelites. They know that they're going down. It's our time to come up, starting with our Lord. Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Like, no, they hate you. That's it. All the heathens hate you, especially Esau Edom. You're gonna die. Joining hand in hand, joining together, you're gonna die, bro. You got it.
So it's Isaiah 59 and 19 is what you wanted. But I'm gonna read down to the end because it
Okay.
ends at 21.
Okay.
It says, and you can just obviously, interject whenever you want. Isaiah 59 and 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh, because that's what it really says in the Hebrew. It doesn't say the Lord, it says Yahweh. That's why it's all caps. Because nobody fears the Lord in the sense of that, because there's no name there. Everybody fears Yahweh, whether they know it or not. They if they don't know it now, they're gonna know it in that time, in that day, in that time. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which is the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him.
Right. So when the enemy come in with the flood, i.e., which is your martial law troops, your military, basically police, they're one and the same. So they're gonna come in like a flood, and it's gonna be let me connect something. Hold that right there. Let me connect something real quick. This is what's getting ready to happen. Second Ezra 16 and 70. Let's see. All right, so Second Ezra 16 and 70. This is that flood. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." And really, um, see, the elect of the Lord, the 1/3, man, woman, and children, they're not going to be destroyed. The ones that's going to be destroyed is the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Whether you know that you're an Israelite or whether you don't know it, you're the ones that's going to end up being destroyed because you lack the fear of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You lack the respect of his true name, of the Heavenly Father, his Son's true name, or you came up against the doctrine. The MOTB wasn't the chip. World War III wasn't going to happen. All nations can be saved. It's a whole plethora of bullshit that you taught, and you're going to be held accountable to it. And yeah, that's why you'll be destroyed, because you led the Lord's people astray. So you're held accountable to that. So you can be part of the spoiling and you being destroyed. Verse 72, "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." Now it says, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen." So the elect, the 1/3, we're gonna, you know, uh go through that trying process. We're gonna probably lose our homes. Every brother's
For
walk
sure.
is gonna be different.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Yep. So hey, but it says, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen." So the ones that's being destroyed, ultimately they wasn't the ones that were chosen. The Lord ain't gonna let his elect be gunned down, or say if you get shot in the head, that's merciful. But for you to just be ate up with bullets, no, you probably gonna be decapitated, get your head cut off. That's what's written. Even if you're shot in the head or whatever, executed, you're still a martyr. But as far as how what's going to happen to the 2/3 and the ones that know that they're Israelites, same thing. It's going to be a different type of judgment. You got it, bro.
The thing is, like with that, no matter what Esau, first of all, like bro said, is allowed to do, because like Yahweh Shai told Pontius Pilate, you really don't have no power, man.
Yeah.
It's up to the Heavenly Father what happens to us or what doesn't happen to us. So in the event that something like that happens to us, it is what it is. But it's for a good cause. At least you're having it. I mean, basically, it's what they call honorable discharge.
Yeah.
And you're going to be rewarded for that. Imagine the smile on Yahweh Shai's face because you died for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's an honor. You know, and it's easier said than done, but the spirit is better than the flesh.
Yep.
Because the flesh is going to be weak and feeble in times like that. Even now, you know, the flesh be fucking weak, and we're battling against it constantly. But the spirit is going to overcome that, you know, and the Lord is going to sup with us, especially more in those times. So we don't have to really worry about none of that. And then on top of that, the dude that did that to you, he pulled the string and the guillotine came down. You got 1,000 years to dance with that motherfucker, man. So who's really taking the L here? He gets one chop on you, and you got him for 1,000 years. And then the biggest thing with Esau is the Lord hates you, man. The Lord literally said he hates. So what can you do from there? The Most High hates you. He hates Esau. He hates the nation of Edom. That right there, your fate is sealed. You're done for. You're through.
Yep.
Which, if you don't mind, I'm actually grab this. Lamentations. This is what the Lord told Esau to do. Which a lot of them can't even apply this scripture because they fucking homeless. Lamentations 4 and 21 and 22. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, which the cup is judgment and slavery. And you're going to drink of that cup. Mm-hmm. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And that's also a key point right there. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity, which I don't have my screen share, but I was highlighting that. But what the Lord is letting us know is this is the last captivity. Mm-hmm. Never again will we have to serve slavery ever again after this. And it's not because all of our people turn to the Lord. It's because the mercy of the Lord has it to where that grape of the cluster, that's enough for the Lord to say, all right, we're shutting the program down. Because if we had to rely on all Israel to get saved, we're never getting out of here. We're going to be stuck here forever. Moab will probably be the next oppressor because he'd be next up, or the Russians. You know, but the Wadi al-Bashamal Washai, that we're at the feet of this shit. We're at the feet, and that stone is about to hit them feet, man, which is Yahushua. Which, like we said at the beginning, Sirach 10 and 4. It's going to be given into the hands of him that is profitable, which is Yahushua. And Lord, when we endure and continue in this work, we're going to be joint heirs. But in order to be joint heirs and receive the reward, we have to also receive the suffering, which we've already been suffering, but we're going to have to suffer some more. And like, you know, the video that's been going around, a brother's woman had a dream. I think that's what it was, if I remember right. Or no, Salaki. That was a different one. That was a different. There's been a lot of dreams in the past like 2 years, but no, it was this one dude. Yeah, it was this Christian. He had a dream that basically Yahushua had told him that the elect, you know, basically, you know, the elect, they have to suffer a little bit more, and then it's gonna, they just have to go through a little bit more, which is Jacob's trouble. Because, well, I mean, what this really is a roller coaster, right? The most anticipating part is going up that hill. If you've ever been on a roller coaster, going up that hill is the scariest part. Anticipation is building. You're worried. You're like, oh fuck. Which, I mean, you know you're good, really, because you're strapped in, all that. You're good. You know, a million people been on this ride, so you know you're not going to actually die. You know, Yahweh forbid. And you get up to the top of that hill. And that drop, which is where we're at, we're getting to the peak, what they call the climax of the movie, and you're gonna drop. And then once the ride is over, you're like, you know what, that wasn't that bad. And that's how this is, because we had to suffer for a short period of time for a reward greater than anything that money can buy. Not even Jeff Bezos can get his hands on what we have, and we have no money. And Jeff Bezos is gonna be your fucking slave, man. Bald ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, that fucking Edomite. He gonna be in slavery. Because that's another thing that shows the spirit of Esau. If I could make a side point real quick, all this money that Esau got, you don't need billions of dollars, man. You off of 100K, you can live good. This man has billions of dollars and doesn't help anybody. His own workers are still out there dropping boxes off at 10 o'clock at night with dogs chasing them, and he's over there chilling in the mansion with probably not 10 women, probably 10 dudes. He's a fucking fag. All right, but that that's a side note. Anyways, I got another one too. Salaki, let me grab this. Baruch 4:25. This is one of my favorite scriptures. My children, this is Baruch 4:25. My children suffer patiently, which patience goes into suffering. You have to suffer. Welcome to the straight gate. STRAIT, straight gate. My children suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God, because this is what we deserve, right? We really don't deserve the kingdom of heaven. That's the craziest thing to me. Jake over here talking about whether he got a bag or not. You're dumb. Talking about the heathens can be saved. We don't even deserve the kingdom of heaven. You're trying to give it to a fucking cracker, man.
Yeah.
You're trying to give it to Moab. We don't even deserve the kingdom of heaven. We didn't earn this. That's what you don't understand. We didn't earn the kingdom of heaven. This was given to us because of the mercy of the Most High, man. This is all because the Most High Yahweh made promises with our forefathers. That is the only reason why we are getting the kingdom of heaven. It's not because we're so mighty. Look at Jake, man. We're fucking finished. We're through out here. Needles up in the arm, Glocks. Jake is dumb as shit. The only reason we're getting the kingdom is because of the promises that were made unto our forefathers. And you're trying to give that onto other nations. You have no right to do that, man.
Yeah.
And we always got to go back to the Ezra 4:1. Back when we were rebuilding the second temple. And the heathens tried to come up and build, say, yeah, we worship the Most High like you do. They say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't have nothing to do with our God.
Yeah.
Where'd that spirit go, man? You had Israelites die over not eating pork. In 2 Maccabees 6 and 7. In 2 Maccabees 6, the teacher Eleazar didn't even pretend to eat pork. Yeah. And you got Jake out here talking about some fucking bullshit like that, man. The Lord's gonna fucking kill you, man.
Yeah.
Think it's a fucking game. You gonna roll the wrong dice, motherfucker. All right, yeah. Baruch 4:25. My children suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God, for thine enemy, you have enemies, hello, have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. And if you don't want to tread upon his neck, you won't get tread under too, man. The 2/3 gotta fucking die. All right, here in America by that nuclear destruction, which it's a lake of fire, not a river. Stupid ass. Go ahead if you got something, Salaki, brother. I ain't trying to
hold
the show.
Yeah, you good. I'm gonna get this Isaiah 60 and 14. It says the son, all right, I'll read it. Isaiah 60 and 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. They shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So right there, that's going into the other nations. They're gonna serve us. They're gonna bow prostrate. They're gonna do that. The other nations, they can't. Ain't no goop being saved. That's not the program. They done had the opportunity. These motherfuckers done had centuries to rule. They done had all this time to commit all types of wickedness and not be punished, then you want to sit there and give them the kingdom. They haven't went through what we went through. Hell, even over there in Gaza, that can't compare to what the nation of Israel been through. No war can't compare like what we've been through. So you up here trying to give the other nations, you know, opportunity. It's false, and you're adding to the book. And what it say, you're gonna be taking out the book of life. So yeah, you are rolling the wrong fucking like how the brother said, you rolled the wrong dice. You know, you took a bag, and then two, you was talking about Jeff Bezos, in Job, it says that his place ain't gonna be remembered. So you can have all this material shit, but your position and where you stand, and your family history and all this and that, it's going to be, or for not, it's not going to be remembered. The only ones that's going to be remembered is the nation of Israel, because our kingdom's going to be forever via Yahweh Shah. You know, we have forever. You don't. Y'all don't really. Esau Edom's on borrowed time. Because they're supposed to be taken down a long time ago. So really on borrowed time, bro. And hurry up and do what the fuck you gonna do so we can get up out of here.
Right.
And if we gotta, die for a short time, then so be it. And me speaking personally, I'm tired of this fucking body. I'm tired of working. I'm tired. Wearing out the saints. But yeah, that's all I got.
Want to grab this one the brother that put up Hebrews 12 and 16. Want to get that and get the verse under that as well.
All right.
So Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16 and 17, it says, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright." And the irony of that is, when you look into the story, he tries to say that he was lied to and he was finessed. No, you agreed to the trade, man.
Yeah.
You agreed to that. It's not Jake's fault that you agreed to that. That was on you. That was all on you. What showed, because what is Esau known for nowadays? Fast food. Ain't no Edomite fucking fasting, man.
Yeah.
All he had to do was fast. All he had to do was wait probably 30 minutes. Couldn't do it. Not only that, we talk about that. He's such an elite hunter, but you didn't pack no snacks. Shows how smart he is. Shows that he has no prudence, which prudence means showing care or thought for the future. He has no prudence. He always lives in the moment. He's impulsive. He's irrational.
Yeah.
He's here for the here and now, the instant gratification. Because if I was going, which I've never been hunting, but if I did go hunting and I know it could be all day long, I'm going to pack some snacks. Duh. Right? I'm going to prepare for being there for the long haul. Maybe having even a tent, having a backpack with some shit. He came back, didn't have nothing at all. Such a great hunter. Which all that means is he's great at killing things. Because that's all he's fucking good at. That's all he does every day is just murder people, man. Slaughter people. And nowadays, he doesn't even do it by his own hand. He does it through fucking GMOs and disease that he released out here. And Jake still wants him to be saved. And you wonder why you have to die alongside him. Because like it says in Isaiah, though hand join the hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Then there's another one in Isaiah that says both y'all going to be thrust through with the sword. Because that's how it has to be, man. If you actually see this man as God, if you see this man as anything but the fucking devil, you have to die too. You're goddamn right. Go ahead and clip that shit and post it on whatever the fuck you want to post it on, man. That's the reality of it. And I'm not saying that I'm going to do it. I'm saying the Lord gonna fucking kill you, man, if you support this fucking demon and all the shit that he does. This man needs to be taken off the earth. That is the bottom line. He is a disease. He is a plague. He has done nothing but bring, not even judgment. We can't even say that because judgment is righteous. What has he done that was righteous? Name one thing. All the shit that Esau will name that the so-called white man created was all things that Jake made, man. Yep. Okay? So verse 17, let me get this. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Now, I was actually talking about earlier with somebody about Cain, because in the reincarnation, prior to him being Esau, he was Cain. And they had a moral law. Because I got to always quote the, I forget which John Wick movie it was. It might have been maybe the first or the second one. But the dude there said, what separates us from animals, from beasts, is rules. And this man Esau does not apply no type of rules because back then it was an oral law. So he knew what a sacrifice was to the Lord, and he brought fucking fruits and vegetables. You're a fucking idiot, man. Yeah. What kind of sacrifice is that? And then you get butthurt because your brother knows how to actually listen and use his fucking eardrums, and then you murder him. And then you tell the prophet, because it wasn't actually the Lord walking around, it was prophets. Okay? Then you tell the prophet asks where Abel's at. You say, oh, I don't know, am I my brother's keeper? So not only are you a fucking liar, you're a goddamn thief, you're a fucking murderer, and you're a fucking smartass. And you wonder why this man ain't getting the kingdom of heaven because he's a fucking piece of shit. Like, what are you talking about, man? It's written all over the wall. This man doesn't deserve salvation. It's only for the nation of Israel. And the fact that any Israelite thinks that this man has a chance means that your ass need to go too. And you need to get that new body so you can actually be refurbished and understand, okay, yeah, I see why this man doesn't deserve this. He's a fucking bug out. He's the ultimate bug out. That's why Yahushua compared a lot of you motherfuckers to Esau, John 8:44. Because you act just like his ass. Filled with nothing but guile. Filled with nothing but murderous, adulterous ass thoughts, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was all I had.
Yeah, that's all I got too, bro.
Well, actually, we'll close on this.
All right.
Job 20 and 4-5, because you see the lesson went a completely different direction. Because we were supposed to talk about the time Jacob struggled. That didn't even happen. We ended up getting on Esau's ass. And that's just the Lord. Job 20 and 4-5. I'll just get 4-5. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? That's a question, meaning it's not going to last, right? You continue to read on, and he's literally like shit in the toilet getting flushed down. Nobody's going to remember him. Nobody's going to regard him. All right, Isaiah talks about, is this the man? You know, the other nation going to wonder, this the man that ruled and shook kingdoms? Because look at him now. Grunting. That's what it says also in Job. Grunting and braying in the bushes. This man was eating food out of fucking skulls with period blood up to his fucking kneecaps in a goddamn cave. And this is the man that rules the earth? This the man that has a status? This the man that because he has a shaved beard and a tie that means some shit? First of all, you having a shaved face means that you a bitch, man. You're supposed to have a beard on your face. But he pushes that. Because they try to say in the military, oh, you're going to have parasites and lice. It's called washing, bathing. Something that he doesn't fucking do.
Yeah.
If you bathe and wash yourself, you don't have to worry about that. But that's something that he's not accustomed to. Because he had to get taught that by Jake, man.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking pussy. So anyways, unless you have something else, I'm going to close out there. So
no, that's it, bro.
Lord willing that this was edifying to the elect. Before we close, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory To Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors go out to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Double honors, I just said that. Salakia. Peace, blessing, salutations to the hopefully elect. Shalom.
Shalom.